What is up, gang? Thank you so much for checking out Sledgehammer TV today. It is Friday, February the 23rd, 2018, and we are here to talk about this Sunday's Elimination Chamber. We are just over 48 hours away, and it is time to bring the hammer down on the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view right here and right now on the newest, fastest rising podcast in all of YouTube. Baby! The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Let's do it.
The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
Alright, wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining me on the channel today. My name is Nick Nightmare. Along with me, as always, is my trusty companion, my loyal tag team partner, and most importantly, the World Heavyweight Champion of Microphones, Blue the Snowball. And we are here to talk about the Elimination Chamber. Are you guys pumped? You guys excited? Because I'm not really. You know, we all are going into this thing already knowing what is going to happen for the men. You have no reason to have a vested interest in the women's Elimination Chamber other than the fact that it's the first time that it's going to happen. And then the entire undercard that is happening beneath these two Elimination Chamber matches, or in between these two Elimination Chamber matches. If I know the WWE as well as I think I do, they will be sandwiching the rest of the pay-per-view between the two chambers. Shouldn't be happening. Everything in between these matches was put together obviously last minute. The WWE clearly did not give a shit about anything outside of the Elimination Chamber matchups, and it comes off that way. Because the matches we have on the undercard are absolutely ridiculous and make no sense. If I were booking the Elimination Chamber and I was in charge of Monday Night Raw, what I would have had going on is much, much less. Because sometimes less is more. And in this case, that's what the WWE needed to do. Why we're not getting championship matchups for the Intercontinental Championship, I don't know why. It's like the Intercontinental Championship don't exist. It's only there to make The Miz look prettier, or to make him look more attractive to us because he's got what is considered by most to be the most prestigious belt still in the WWE right now. But I would have had an Intercontinental Championship match, a Tag Team Championship match, the Women's Chamber, the Men's Chamber, and the Rousey signing, and that's it. And that is it. I would have had Finn Balor versus The Miz versus Elias. Remove all three of them from the Elimination Chamber because they're not going to win, so there's no point in them being in the chamber whatsoever. Take them out. Leave Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy in there to fill out the chamber card. So then essentially you have Wyatt, Hardy, Roman, Strowman, who else is in there? Cena. And who am I missing? And Seth Rollins. Alright, so there's your six-man Elimination Chamber matchup. Would have been much better. You could have had Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy battling each other inside of this ridiculous structure, which would have been much more entertaining than everything else they've been putting on for them. Because this is a match that shouldn't be happening. Coming up at the Elimination Chamber is probably going to be the pre-show match. What the hell do they care, and what do we care about what's going on with Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy? We'll get a little bit more into that as we get to the actual card. My card would have consisted of a Tag Team Championship match, which included the Revival versus the Bar, where I would have probably had the Revival finally take the belts from the Bar and just leave it on them until you find viable competition in the Tag Team division, because there is nobody for them to even fight. So what is the point of even having these titles right now? It's ridiculous. It makes me feel insane because nothing makes sense. Instead, we are getting another chance for a team that has no business being on this pay-per-view whatsoever. We'll get into that as well. The Women's Chamber match, I would leave exactly how it is, but I would change the participants. You know, you have your 6 women, but essentially, you should have Nia Jax in this match. You shouldn't be having Nia Jax fighting Asuka. Not at all. There is no reason for this match to be happening. There's no reason for you to create suspense or drama off the back of Asuka's historic Royal Rumble win and her first ever WrestleMania, which is going to be now the women's main event of WrestleMania, and you want to sully that by having Nia Jax involved in a match where you think there's something at stake. There's nothing at stake except for the possibility of you guys ruining Asuka's moment at WrestleMania again. So that match shouldn't be happening. Nia Jax should be in the chamber, and you take out somebody who doesn't need to be in there. None of them need to be in there. Mandy Rose don't need to be in there. We're not going to get too brought up into that. But then, as far as the Ronda Rousey signing is concerned, if you're asking me, well, you're not going to have Asuka have a match, you're not going to have Asuka at the pay-per-view, first of all, that's not a friggin' sin if the girl doesn't show up at the pay-per-view. She doesn't have to be there. Build the anticipation. The less you see her, the more you're going to want to see her. So this is just like flooding the gate with more Asuka, more unnecessary Asuka to overexpose her to an audience that's clearly, to me, when you watch, having a hard time actually grasping onto Asuka. The WWE Universe is not reacting like the NXT Universe did to Asuka. They're two completely different universes. But how am I going to use Asuka? You have her come out during the Rousey segment to shit all over her moment. The same way that they did to Asuka at the Royal Rumble. And now you've begun a feud between the two biggest names that are currently rolling around in the WWE right now, with the exception of Charlotte Flair. That's how you build things. You don't have to build it to have Asuka fight Rousey at Mania, but let the tension begin. Let things be happening. Let shit be said on social media. Asuka can't speak. We all seen that on this week's last edition. Why they're giving Asuka a mic is absolutely ridiculous. So you make her show with her actions, and that's what I would have done. That would have been my Elimination Chamber, and then you have the six-man chamber match, the women's chamber match. Everything would have been just fine. But instead, the WWE want to come at us with an undercard that sucks, which includes Woken Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt for absolutely no reason. This has been the most lackluster feud I have ever seen, featuring two of the most charismatic and personality-based entities in the world of pro wrestling. How it could be this bland and this stale for this long is beyond me. We have had no Wyatt compound footage, we've had no Hardy compound footage, no Vanguard 1, no Senior Benjamin, no Rebby, no Maxwell, no Wyatt family. So what is happening? What is this feud really about? Having a mental chess match because they've faced each other over eons through space and time, according to Matt Hardy's woken wisdom? It doesn't make sense. There's no build for this match. Bray Wyatt already beat Matt Hardy in very, very ridiculous fashion at the Raw 25th Anniversary show in the middle of Manhattan Center in about 4 minutes. So who cares? And then what do we get in between? More laughing, more crazy cryptic messages, and more laughter between the two of these guys. Why not have these guys go at it in the chamber? At least let them build their feud that way with all the steel and the plexiglass and just going at each other. Forgetting about all the other guys in the ring. Just let them kill each other until they eliminate each other, because nobody's going to win the chamber except for Roman. So it would have been a better use of their time other than having this ridiculous match that's going to do nothing for anybody. It's probably going to even the playing field between the two and see Woken Matt Hardy pick up a win over Bray Wyatt, because first of all, who cares whether Bray Wyatt wins or loses? All he does is lose, so he might as well continue the trend, and Woken Matt Hardy will even the series, and they will both have a victory over each other, and we are going to have the deciding factor, maybe at WrestleMania. Do you care? How disappointed are you in what they've done with this angle? It is almost unforgivable. I cannot deal with their lack of creativity. It is absolutely ridiculous. This whole feud should have sold itself. You should have gave complete creative control to both of these guys. Let them go out there. Let them be crazy, because that's what brought them to the table. That's why you wanted to sign the Hardy Boys back, because he was over as shit with the Broken Brilliance, and now you have it underneath your house in your control, and you're floundering it. You're letting it just burn away. You're already ready to sell merchandise. That's what it's really all about. You got the new Delete t-shirt, right? You got everything in order so you can make some money off this angle, but you're not truly using it to the best of this ability. This match is unnecessary. Just like the Raw Tag Team Championship match, we have the Bar going up against Titus Worldwide. Why? Why is Titus Worldwide being given any sort of momentum or any clear path for contention over the only other legitimate team, which is the Revival, on the Raw roster? For what? And then you've seen what happened on the Mixed Match Challenge. We got to do the review on that. We didn't get that one up yet. And there was clearly tension between Titus and Apollo now. So what the hell is going to happen? Are we going to see them break up? Are they going to take Apollo away from Titus? I wouldn't mind, because Titus Worldwide friggin' sucks. So I don't care. I feel like it's pulling Apollo down as it is. But why are they getting this match? I don't understand why they even got the win over the Bar on Monday Night Raw in the first place to allow them to qualify for this match. This is dog shit. This is clearly filler. Just something to put on to keep people interested until we get to the next chamber match that is going to be the end. They'll probably let the girls go on last, since it's the first. They'll kick the night off with the males elimination chamber and then end the night with the women. That's what I really kind of think is going to happen as far as the match order goes. And the Bar most likely is going to win this matchup, because what reason would there be to give it to Titus Worldwide, especially while they're in the midst of some sort of a weird kind of dissension between the two? I don't get it. The Bar's going to retain. Hopefully we'll see the Revival get a shot somewhere along the line, or at least at WrestleMania 34, and we could end all of this nonsense that we've had to just sit and see over and over and over again. As great as a team as Cesaro and Sheamus are, and Sheamus is a friend of the show, we want this to evolve. It can't just be the same old, over and over, same old shit every single week. They have to flesh out this tag team division or combine them. Combine the two, since we're going to have only, no more, is what I meant to say. We're not going to have any more singular branded pay-per-views. Every single pay-per-view is going to feature both brands. So why not unify some titles so we can cut down on some of these matches and maybe make a revolving door out of the tag team and women's division? As many people on YouTube have been saying, it's not the first time I've said it here on this channel. I've said this shit months ago during the draft. Because anybody that has a brain would think this way. And that's why it frustrates you to no end, because the WWE just has no brain. Look at this card they're putting together. For what? The Bar's going to win that match, and then we're going to have to see Nia Jax versus Asuka, and if Nia Jax wins, she gets inserted into the Asuka Championship match, which she hasn't even chosen who she's going to fight yet. So none of that even makes sense. There is zero chance, really, in my mind, in reality, that Asuka is going to lose this match. If they decide to pull some fuckery or some trick maneuver at the end of this match to make Asuka lose by disqualification, Asuka shouldn't be losing in any way. Not by countout, not by calling the match. I don't want to see any of that. I want to see her beat Nia Jax. Now, I was a big proponent of Nia Jax. She's one of my favorite women on the roster, but just like everything else, the WWE has floundered her talent. They've made her look like an absolute inconsequential member of the roster. Who's really scared of Nia Jax? What reason would you have to be scared of Nia Jax? They featured her like garbage. She's already lost multiple times on TV, on Monday Night Raw, to the rest of the roster, because there's only, 5 girls besides her. And then they decide not to feature her in a match that was built for a competitor like Nia Jax by putting her in the first ever Women's Elimination Chamber. Why? Because you couldn't figure out a way to have her lose? I don't understand. I don't understand. This match is ridiculous. This match is absolutely ridiculous. And the WWE likes to talk shit that is absolutely false. And guys like Michael Cole want to talk on Monday Night Raw saying how Nia Jax has never faced anybody like Asuka, when she's faced Asuka herself before. This match has happened before. There's nothing new or special about this match. It was not a good match. Neither one of these women had a good showing against each other. I don't have faith that it's going to be a great match. That I don't think either one of them could bring the other to a great match because they just didn't mix well on NXT. I'm hoping that I'm wrong and that they've developed and matured their characters and their wrestling ability since then, because it's been quite some time since that match has taken place, and I hope that it's better than what I've already seen. But don't sit there and tell me that this is the first time Asuka will ever be tested like this. That's bullshit. She beat this lady with little to no effort. Nia Jax went down to the Empress of Tomorrow already. You think I forgot about that? This match is ridiculous. Asuka better win this match. But don't be surprised if the WWE pulls some shit that is only going to make me go off the deep end when we review this show Sunday night, and I'm hoping that that's not the case. The Women's Elimination Chamber match, there's so much wrong with it. I've already highlighted what I would have done with it. Definitely would have had Nia Jax involved. That is not the case, but we have Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Mickie James, Mandy Rose, and Sonya Deville. None of these women should even be sniffing the World Heavyweight Championship right now. Sasha Banks has been on a losing streak. Bayley has just been Bayley for the whole year. There's no reason for her to be in world title contention. Neither one of the members of the Crap Solution faction should be anywhere near an Elimination Chamber because they can barely even wrestle a regular match. Especially if you watch that 6-woman tag atrocity from Monday Night Raw this past week. Absolutely ridiculous. And then you want me to have faith in these 6 women going into the chamber, pulling something off. Mickie James has veteran status, so her being in there is for what reason? To make sure the match goes smooth, to be the agent, or to be like the choreographer in this whole thing, to be the veteran out there in case anything goes wrong? I don't know. Because Mickie James, since coming back, has done nothing to deserve a chance to fight the world champion of the women's division at WrestleMania. So we have 5 contenders and the champ. There is no reason for me to believe that the champ is going to lose this match. Alexa Bliss should win this matchup. If the WWE were smart and they wanted to have a little bit of fun and they wanted to be creative, as much as it would pain me to see her lose the title, they would give the championship to either Sasha Banks or Bayley and then take advantage and make the most of the next 6 weeks before WrestleMania to build this angle to the best of your possibility and give us a match for the Women's Championship that could possibly steal the whole entire show. And don't give me Alexa Bliss versus a last-minute Nia Jax, or whoever it is you want to involve in this match. I don't see any other way to make it interesting, unless you do the Sasha Bayley thing. But the odds are nothing is going to change. Nothing at all is going to change. Alexa will walk in the champ, she'll somehow walk out the champ, and it'll be great. My concern comes with what happens to the WrestleMania main event. Do we want to see Asuka versus Alexa Bliss over Alaska, oh my God, over Charlotte Flair? No! We want to see Charlotte Flair versus Asuka. Not Alaska, that's a state in the United States. It's a mispronounced state, Alaska. Alexa Bliss and Asuka mashup. What's wrong with me? Oh my God, gotta give myself a few smacks in the head. Let's get back to business here. I don't want to see Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax at WrestleMania. A feud between them is very non-believable. You see, if you follow them on social media, just how close they are in reality. And sure, it would be great to see the good friends, better enemies type ordeal between these two, as you have the same sort of dynamic between we had with Shawn Michaels and Diesel back in the day when they pulled this angle. It could possibly work if they wanted to do that, but I have no faith in creative to make it believable or interesting. So what would they do to Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania? I don't understand it. She's going to walk out here the champ, and who's going to challenge her? They have a few weeks to figure that out. And then we also have, lying in wait and pretty much hanging in the wings, we have the Women's Money in the Bank winner, Carmella, who has done nothing with it. who has done nothing wrestling-wise to prove she even deserves it. She's barely been wrestling on SmackDown Live. She's been featured in this Mixed Match Challenge thing, and her team's already gone. So how good is she going to be as a champion? Is she ever going to cash in the Money in the Bank? We got the next Money in the Bank pay-per-view coming up right after WrestleMania. If Asuka goes to SmackDown and challenges for Charlotte Flair's championship, what the hell's Carmella going to do? That's pretty much just going to be a loss. You're going to cash it in and you're going to lose. You're going to have your first ever woman's Money in the Bank contract holder lose? Or is she going to end up showing up possibly at the end of this chamber match to pin a very weakened and embattled Alexa Bliss and become the new Raw Women's Champion? And then go forward somewhere with that. Not that I would want that to happen. Carmella doesn't deserve to be the champion just yet, but she's got the Money in the Bank. So the WWE sees something in her. Why not do something with it before it's too late? You're going to have her cash in at WrestleMania on Asuka because she's on SmackDown? Because I don't see what else you can do. I don't see what else you can do. Asuka is kind of throwing everything out of whack because she's supposed to remain undefeated as long as possible. And she has yet to have her first women's championship on the main roster. Obviously, that's where we're going. We still don't know which belt she's going for, so it's very hard to speculate as to what will happen with either one of them. But somehow, someway, the Money in the Bank women's contract holder has got to do something before, if not at WrestleMania. But doing it at WrestleMania would make no sense, because nobody would want to see Carmella go over anybody else at WrestleMania. I'm surprised it's even still around. I thought for sure she would have cashed it and we would have had a rematch and have the belt back on Charlotte, or that's how they could have got the belt to Charlotte in the first place. It's just making everything wacky, and I don't understand what's going on. The Men's Elimination Chamber is the source of it's a very hot topic. It's the source of a lot of debate. And I don't see why everybody's debating it. I understand that there are the lingering accusations with the steroid scandal that might take Roman out of the WrestleMania picture. But let's not get our hopes too much up in that. I truly do not believe that anything that's being said is factual just yet. There is supposedly concrete evidence, but we have to wait and see. Until we see that notification on WWE.com that he's been suspended, they're going forward with their direction. They're going forward with the initiative. And the directive is to get Roman to WrestleMania to fight Brock Lesnar. So nobody else is going to win this match as long as that remains to be a fact and he is not implicated in this new steroid scandal thing. Operating on that is what we're going on here. We got John Cena, we got Roman Reigns, the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz, Elias, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, and Braun Strowman. 7 men, first time ever, who cares? The Elimination Chamber is going to start off with a triple threat match. If I'm going to speculate entries, I'm going to say Rollins, Balor, and Elias probably start this match. You're going to save Cena, Roman, the Intercontinental Champion, and Strowman for sure will be locked in the pods. Probably with Strowman being the last to enter, just like we've seen him be the last in the gauntlet to make Roman Reigns' victory seem even more incredible. John Cena, let's analyze these guys one at a time. John Cena, nobody wants to see another John Cena versus Brock Lesnar match. Nobody wants to see John Cena win a 17th World Heavyweight Championship. Nobody wants to see him with the belt again. He's come way and beyond that. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need to be involved. He could just be John Cena and everybody will be okay with that. I'd rather him be the feature attraction match at WrestleMania than have any involvement at all with the World Heavyweight Championship or the Universal Championship, and John Cena does not belong in this Elimination Chamber match. We all already know that his true path lies supposedly to be fighting The Undertaker at WrestleMania. If that's the case, and that's where you're going with it, he shouldn't be in this match in the first place. It should have remained a 6-man match, but we all know the reason why it's 7 men, because it has to be the biggest ever since Roman's going to win it. It's got to make him look the best he's ever looked. He's going to take down 6 of the best Raw superstars in one night. We are not going to see John Cena win this thing. And we're going to see him, when he gets eliminated, probably do his stupid John Cena sad face and be all despondent about not being on the road to WrestleMania. And then Monday night on Raw, The Undertaker will come out and answer a challenge that he seemingly never even asked. So it'll be interesting to see how that develops. We got The Miz, right? The Miz is the Intercontinental Champion. No chance he's going to win this match. If you are picking a winner in this match, are you picking The Miz? Really? Do you want to see The Miz versus Brock Lesnar? Do you want to see The Miz murdered? Literally, probably days or 2 days after his child is born. Do you want to see him murdered by Brock Lesnar? Do you want to see him made to be looked like a fool and embarrassed just so that we can have the Universal Championship versus the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 34? Is that a marquee match when you say it, Brock Lesnar versus The Miz? Do you get chills? You got goosebumps right now? Because if you do, you're retarded. There is nothing good that can come out of this match. This Intercontinental Championship belt that he's holding around should be being defended on this night in a separate match at the Elimination Chamber. It should be defended at WrestleMania in a separate match from the Universal Championship, possibly against Finn Balor if they're not going to take it from him beforehand. I would much rather it be around the waist of Finn Balor so he could fight a guy like Samoa Joe at WrestleMania and really tear the house down for the Intercontinental Championship. Give that belt a match that holds up to the standards that it has been held to for over 2 decades for the first time in a long time. Those 2 guys could do it, but that's not what we're going to get. We're not even going to get an Intercontinental Championship defense as far as I know. We'll have to wait and see how the Chamber plays out. Because The Miz could be going to the main event of WrestleMania. No, he's not. Let's move along. The very same can be said about the next couple of guys on this list, though. Elias. I love Elias. I want to walk with Elias. One of my favorite new WWE superstars. Another one that's being improperly booked. He should be doing nothing but antagonizing people week after week until somebody steps up to shut his mouth, and that's how you build a character like Elias. You don't have to have him in matches and getting his ass beat by Braun Strowman. You don't have to have him in the Elimination Chamber where there's no way he's going to be booked to win. You're going to see Brock Lesnar versus Elias at WrestleMania? It's not time for that. Maybe there will be a day where Elias is worthy enough to face somebody like the Beast Brock Lesnar. But today and now, 2018, is not the time for Elias to main event WrestleMania. They know that. They have him in here because they were not creative enough to have anything else for him. And they see how over he is, so we'll just put him in the main event. There is no way he's winning. He is not credible enough. He does not warrant any reason to be standing across the ring from the Universal Champion at WrestleMania. I don't like saying that because I love Elias. But the facts are the facts. And what do? We bring the hammer down, even when it has to come down on guys that we friggin' love and respect and want to see elevated to the next level. This is not how to do it. He is not needed in the Elimination Chamber. Finn Balor and Seth Rollins, again, you can kind of say the same thing for their involvement in the Elimination Chamber. However, there is one humongous difference. Both of these guys, unlike the last 2 that we just talked about, these guys can go. These guys can go on to a next level, just like we've seen Seth Rollins prove to the world last Monday on Raw when he stole the show on Monday Night Raw, turned it into Monday Night Rollins. 1 hour and 5 minutes of some of the best stuff you've ever seen from Seth Rollins, proving that he is one of the, if not the best guy on the WWE's main roster right now. And he could give you a fantastic match, a believable match, with the Beast Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 34. Could Seth Rollins win this Elimination Chamber? It is not out of the realm of possibility. I could see the WWE giving it to him just based off of the momentum he just built and changing gears a little bit if Roman Reigns is not going to be in the main event of WrestleMania due to outside problems. But that, again, is not proven, so we can't go based off of that. Do you really think they're going to take a sidestep from the Roman initiative for Seth Rollins to get the main event versus Brock Lesnar? It certainly would make sense to have them involved in some way. But if that happened, I actually would rather have Roman Reigns involved as well. He'll find his own way into the main event of WrestleMania and get involved and have a triple threat match, which will echo what we've seen in WrestleMania 31, where Seth Rollins came out and stole WrestleMania from both of these guys. He took the Universal Championship, or the Heavyweight Championship at the time, WWE Championship, from Brock Lesnar, and began his reign of terror with the Authority. Roman Reigns was also, a victim of that incident of Seth Rollins' Money in the Bank cash-in during the main event of WrestleMania. So there is story, there is history that they could rehash that would make sense, and I think people would be more accepting if Seth Rollins was involved and you play off of their previous history, and it won't be so cut and dry that Roman's just going to go in there and beat the Beast after the Beast has beaten everybody in the world except for Bill Goldberg over the last 2 years. Finn Balor, you could say the exact same thing. This match almost writes itself, but there are so many of you out there, I know some of you exist and are watching this channel, that don't believe in Finn Balor. That you look at him and you call him a vanilla midget. I hate that phrase, I don't even know what it means, and I don't care. Just because he's a little guy doesn't mean shit. Shawn Michaels was a little guy. He's one of the greatest of all time. Ric Flair is barely over 6 feet tall. He's one of the greatest of all time. So don't give me this shit that he's too small or he's too skinny. I guarantee you, the Beast versus the Demon would be a match you will never forget. It's a match that would be worthy of WrestleMania if they built Finn Balor the way he should have been built all year long and not been just relegated to the mid-card, having meaningless feuds with Bray Wyatt and Seth Rollins that never came to fruition. And now he's putting on one of the best matches of the year with AJ Styles out of nowhere to bail the company out of Meningitis Gate a couple of months back when Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns and everybody was sick, and Finn Balor stepped up and gave us one of the best matches underneath the WWE banner all year versus the phenomenal AJ Styles. You don't think he can have a great match with Brock Lesnar? The mismatch in size is one of the best matchups in wrestling. When you have a guy like Michaels going up against a guy like a Big Diesel or a Sid Vicious, it becomes one of the most compelling stories you watch because it's that David versus Goliath. Can the little guy beat the big guy? This guy thinks he's a demon. This guy thinks he's a beast. Let's see what would happen if they clash at the grandest stage of them all. If you don't believe in Finn Balor, then you don't know wrestling. That's a fact. And I believe in that match. I wanted that match way back last year during Great Balls of Fire before they announced it was going to be Braun Strowman. I was like, this would be a great place to give Finn Balor his rematch. He is technically still the Universal Champion over the last year because he never lost it. It was taken from him due to injury. It found its way to the Beast Brock Lesnar, and now he can't get a shot at his own championship. It makes no sense. If they wanted to be creative and they wanted to be good, they could take a sidestep here and give it to Finn Balor. You thought he was the guy when you wanted to debut the Universal Championship. He had to suck it up and take all the heat for that disgusting red belt. Had he not gotten hurt, who knows where Finn Balor's stock would have skyrocketed to. The matches he could have been having with Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins, and even Roman Reigns at the time, defending his championship. Every single thing that happened all year long would have taken on a whole new light. They could do that now. They could right the ship and they could take that chance. And I wish they would, but they won't. They won't. They are clearly full steam ahead, freight train coming right at us with the Roman Reigns at WrestleMania versus Brock Lesnar main event. Nothing is going to sidestep that. Not even the monster among men, Braun Strowman. The man who, out of everybody in this match, should be winning this match. Now, I know you're going to say, well, Braun Strowman fought Brock Lesnar already, right? Great balls of fire. We've seen Strowman and Lesnar, and it wasn't great. That's why it has to happen again. That's why it needs to happen at WrestleMania. It would be a great way for them to redeem themselves for that previous failure. And the whole entire wrestling world wants to get these hands right now. There is nobody hotter than than Braun Strowman right now, and he should be the one to defeat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania and carry this company into 2018 with its hottest, biggest, most dominant superstar that it has. He's selling merch. He's getting the crowd on his side. He's flirting with Alexa Bliss, making himself more human. People are becoming big fans of Braun Strowman, much to the same lines as people are getting behind Rusev. He's big and he's scary and he's strong, but he's a man and he's got a sense of humor and he's not just the Bulgarian brute. Just like Strowman is not just the monster among men, he's also a man. And we are starting to see that. The way he's coming out and playing the cello on Monday Night Raw, right? Having fun, busting it up just by touching it. Broke a few strings, all he did was tap it, and then bust the thing into a billion pieces over the back of Elias. He's the biggest thing going right now. He should be the one headed for the main event of WrestleMania. Nobody else. But like we said, that is most likely not the case. If Roman is not in trouble, Strowman will not win the Chamber. Rollins will not win the Chamber. Finn Balor was probably never even a thought to win the Chamber as far as the WWE is concerned. And those are my picks for this whole entire show, you guys. I do not expect this show to be any good. I really think that the women are going to just have a regular match surrounded by steel. I don't see why you would want to see them beating each other up, throwing each other into glass, and choking each other out with steel link fencing. You know what I mean? Like, who wants to see women really be that brutal? If I'm being honest, not me. I want to see them wrestle. I want to see classic women's wrestling before you start giving me gimmick matches that are making them do things they shouldn't be doing. I have no faith in this chamber match to be good. I have a feeling they're going to give a lot of the spotlight to Crap Solution. Try to make them look good after they almost killed everybody on Monday Night Raw. Not looking forward to that. The men's chamber match, I'm not looking forward to at all. Don't need to look forward to Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. That's going to be nothing. The tag team championships, you looking forward to that? You want to see Titus Worldwide get that shot? No, you don't. Asuka versus Nia Jax, like I said, only has the potential to ruin everything, so who wants to see that? And then, of course, we got the Rousey contract signing, which is going to be nothing more than the catalyst to her road to WrestleMania. Whatever it may be, whether she's going to fight Stephanie and Triple H in this tag match, there's a possibility maybe we will be revealed as to who her partner will be for WrestleMania at the Elimination Chamber. That's the WWE's MO, right? Let's just make a big splash. Maybe she'll announce who she's going to have across the ring with her for this match, even though the match has not officially been made. Somebody will come out and bail her out of a situation, and we will have already concrete proof that this guy is probably going to be, it might be Kurt Angle, it might be Seth Rollins, who knows who's it going to be, but somehow, someway, somebody's probably going to come out and help Ronda Rousey as she gets the 2-on-1 boss attack from Triple H and Stephanie during this contract signing. I already told you guys what I would do. You want Rousey out there, right? You have her sign her contract, wear her big Roddy Piper coat. I don't give a shit who she got it from. I don't give a shit that his son said, hey, Ronda, take this because you're calling yourself Rowdy, and I'm sure my father would have liked it for you. That's fantastic. That's great. It's wonderful for her. It looks ridiculous on her. She looks like a teenager in a giant coat. So if she wants to come out in her giant Rowdy Piper coat, fantastic for you. You're going to look like a schmuck. And go out there and sign your little contract, right? And then you have Asuka come out and spoil the whole thing. Revenge for the Royal Rumble. That's what I would do. But this is just going to be a big media circus spot. You're going to have everybody around ringside flashing cameras. It's going to be Stephanie McMahon, all smiles. Mother hen of the woman division. Look what I got. Ronda Rousey, my new toy to play with. And then something's going to happen to spark the road to WrestleMania. That's it. And that's going to be it. That's actually, sadly enough, that's the only thing I'm truly interested in seeing. To see how it plays out and what they're really going to do and what lays ahead with this Ronda Rousey experiment, which I'm not all for just yet. There's a lot of proving that needs to happen with this girl. It all remains to be seen. Just like the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view remains to be seen this Sunday night, February the 23rd, on the WWE Network. If you're not watching it on the WWE Network, you're an idiot. Okay, if you want to pay $30, $40, $50 to your cable provider to watch it and not just pay $9.99 to have that and then every single thing else you could possibly want to see at your fingertips, you're an absolute just, you know what, I'm not going to insult you guys anymore. Maybe you're just that dumb. And maybe you have that much money that you don't give a shit where you throw it. I'm trying to save you a few bucks. I'm not paid by the WWE to say this, but I want to help my friends and my fans. And if you're not watching on the WWE Network, you're crazy. You're crazy balls. $9.99. It's $10. You shit $10 every single day. Each and every one of us. $10 is like a dollar bill nowadays. Just freaking do it. WWE Network, Elimination Chamber. Get your eyes there, watch everything. We are going to have the Mixed Match Challenge review coming up later on this weekend. We are also going to talk about the Dusty Rhodes Classic Tag Team Tournament coming back to NXT. The brackets have been revealed. We are going to go over that. I have a few thoughts on that. Also, make sure you are here Sunday night following that Elimination Chamber pay-per-view to see how hard we have to bring that hammer down when we see what the WWE actually does with this show. Also, don't forget to check out everything else on this channel. The Raw review, the SmackDown review, our Ronda Rousey update. We got top 5 lists, our unboxing. If you're wondering why I'm wearing that Wrestling Club's t-shirt today, it's because they gave me an absolutely epic box and you need to go check it out if you haven't done so already. Go watch the Subscription Box Showdown. It is one of the best episodes we've had and they gave me some really awesome stuff with one feature item that needs to be seen to be believed, and you will know without a shadow of a doubt, just like I know, that that wrestling club is a monster among wrestling crates. Check that video out to see why. That's going to do it for this preview and prediction show, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video. Smash that thumbs up right between the eyes. Make sure it feels it really good and you make sure the world knows that this is what you think of this show. Share this video with all your wrestling buddies. Anybody that you think would want to become part of a fantastic community of wrestling fans where I always accept everybody's comments down below. Make sure you do that as well. Start the discussion, start the debate. Let me know what you would have done at the Elimination Chamber. If you agree with what I had to say, if you disagree with what I had to say, we welcome that too. Just be respectful or you will find yourself on the outside looking in, and I don't like to do that because we're trying to build a family here, and if you are not part of this fucking awesome family that is growing stronger by the day with some of the absolute best wrestling fans you will ever find across the globe, all you got to do is hit that subscribe button right now. Subscribe to this channel. Ring that notification bell so that you will know every single time an awesome video just like this one goes up for you to get all your news, rumors, and highlights in the world of professional wrestling. That is going to do it, and we are out of here, and we will see you next time. My name is Nick Nightmare. This is Blue the Snowball Microphone. This has been the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, only on Sledgehammer TV, right here on YouTube.com. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you Sunday night for the review of the Elimination Chamber. Have a good one.